All right, 1994 Darth Vader. My 94 Corvette, and it's got removable T-tops, but one side has a problem. One side has a broken mount. That's what it looks like. That's what it should look like. So I ordered one off of that auction site, and here's what I got. So I went to that auction site and I bought a replacement part. The C4s have 3 different styles of these mounts. Convertible top, and in 94 the convertible top and the targa top use the same mount. So some of you guys can see the similarities. This one came with the replacement bolt, and that's a 40 Torx head screw. And I want to give a shout out to C4 Corvette. I ordered my parts from them. Check them out. So when you're doing this bracket in front, you have to take off this plastic cover. Not going to show you the whole process. It's a Phillips screw. Once that's off, you confirm that you have the right kind of mount for the top. And this one looks to be the correct side. There are differences on the left and right side. Now, when you take this part off, you have to take this piece off. You got to take the sun visor loose because there is a bolt and washer on the inside of that bracket. So also, after you take this cover off, underneath here are 2 more screws or bolts that hold it in towards the windshield. So I am going to do some of those, and I'm not going to make you see all of it, but that's what we're doing. So repeating, we're going to take this cover off right here, the header, I guess, and it goes around the mount. We're going to take the visor bolt off, so we're going to drop the visor. There will be a wire hanging for the light right there, so that'll hang loose. It's not heavy enough where it's going to pull, so I'm okay with that. And then there are 2 bolts. I'll show you those once I get there. The bolt for the sun visor is an 8mm. Not going to show you how to do that either, but that's what you need. To take this part out, it's got little locking portions, tabs on here. If you try and pull it out by ripping it out, you may break some of those off, but if you turn like you're unthreading it, it comes right out. I'm holding the phone in one hand and using the screwdriver in the other. You get the idea. So once you get that cap off, there is a spring in here that you can just pull out with your screwdriver. And then carefully lower the visor. Look how loose that is. Hopefully I don't have additional problems, but look how loose that is. Okay, now I got to start taking these cover off of the header. And while I have that down, I may as well just verify the other cover is, or the other mount is tight as well. All right, I got about 4 or 5 screws underneath here to let out. So again, I'm not going to waste your time. These are the screws I'm talking about underneath here. All of these different screws under there. So I've dropped that cover now, and you can see the bolt here and the other bolt here. To loosen it, that's how it attaches to the window frame forward. So I've got to loosen those so I can take them off. And again, I'll be using 40 Torx. Normally you would just use the tool that came with your Corvette that you would use to remove the top. But mine didn't come with one, so I had to improvise. So it's a T40 Torx. And it's the same one that goes up underneath the hole here when you remove the top. So that's what I'm going to use to take these bolts under here out. All right, so that part is out. That's what those 2 bolts or screws look like. And that's the holes they go in. And those mount into the windshield frame. And so I'm simply going to take them out and transfer them to my new part. So here's my old part. There's my new old part. So they're the same. Everything's the same. One's a little more rusty, but it's going to work. I don't care about this part. I don't need it for my car. If I had the convertible, I guess I would need it, but, well, I don't. This one feels like a little heavier metal. This feels different. Like I said, I'm just pushing that down and turning it. It's threading itself onto there. That's just the spring mechanism for the visor. If your visor is loose and it swings around, tighten that up. And then it won't flop around anymore. So tighten that up here. So once you have these bolts tightened back down again, then you got to put the cover back on here. Put those screws in. So as you can see, I got the visor back up there and the wires fed in there. Just got to make sure it doesn't bind or pinch the wire. And then now I'm going to put these pieces back on in here. Remember, I'm going to screw that down. Right here. So it goes down. Then I can put my bolt on it too. Because once I put the bolt on it, the threads will force that down and it'll kind of click as it's going down. Not going to bore you with it. Remember I said it feels different, so I got a magnet here. The part I just took off is not ferrous. Look at that. This one is ferrous, so it's magnetic, or it's steel, iron. So it's going to be a lot heavier than this one was. This was like pop metal or something. So there is a difference. When you do take these pieces apart and such, test them for fit, test them for function. Do the lights work? Do the things open? Do they bind? Do they move like they're supposed to? It's easy. And then now I just have to put this cover back on, like such. And that'll be it. It was that easy. Hope this helps. If you did like the video, please like it, share it, comment, tell me what I did right, tell me what I did wrong, what helped, what didn't. Tell me if it was just horrible. But anyway, check out my other videos. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.